All right, let's take a closer look at the roller alignment tools that we added in 2025.1. And really what we did was we added two things. The first is the idea of a tangent plane. And the tangent itself is something we've always been able to compute, but it wasn't dynamic. What's neat about this is actually a dynamic plane that computes automatically as you go. So for example, if I pick one of these other options, I can choose this roll and that roll and get a different tangent plane. And what these do is dynamically compute. So what I did was I added a vector group to the first one just to help visualize the deviation. So if I were to tilt this roll, I can open up the properties and look at its position. And you'll note we've been adding some improvements to the dialogues as well to help visualize all the numbers and ensure that full resolution is available. But say I were to rotate this cylinder, you would see that as it moves, these points are recomputed. The cylinder or the dynamic planes are adjusting, and you can move them back, move them up the other way. So the vectors help you see it, but what's happening is that these are dynamically adjusting as you go. That way, all you need to do is measure the position of the roll, and everything else in the file will update accordingly. The other piece that we added was this idea of impingement. And where that comes in is if you have a tension roll that's pushing down on whatever piece of material that's going through the rolls, you want it to be at a very specific height relative to that perfect tangent. And this allows you to directly report that. So if you were to go to the properties of the cylinder and look at the criteria, we now have a couple additional specific ones for this application. And the way that this works is you have a nominal, which is the depth that you expect, and then you would have to remeasure the roll, and as you remeasure the roll, it will recompute. So let me just tilt this myself. If I go here and I tilt the nominal, you'll see, again, let me rotate, that the deviations are reported relative to the axis. So you can see the deviations, and you can see the tilt that's happening here. So what I did was I actually tilted the nominal because it's easier than finding the points. But anyway, your measured stayed the same, your nominal changed, and suddenly your values have changed. So again, the point is that this is a computation of where that roll is supposed to be, and that it's dynamic and it updates on the fly for you as you go.